So, yeah, they've got their dance craze going on TikTok. So, but we don't follow TikTok. She's been watching crimes.
I always watch crime, and I mean, I've found Coffee House Crime, which is actually a guy doing it, which is unusual, but a guy called Adrian, and he's pretty good. Emma Kenny, the Queen, she is amazing. Daniel Kirsty is brilliant as well. Megan True Crime and Eleanor Neal are the ones I actually am really interested in. Daniel Kirsty does her makeup well. Her format is exactly the same as Bailey Sarian. But whereas Bailey Sarian, I go, that's suspicious. And she doesn't sound as though she's taking it seriously. I have actually seen Daniel Kirsty break down and cry when she's doing it.
That's not good doing your makeup crying, is it?
No, some of those have really made her really emotional. So I like...
There was an Emma Kenny that I did watch, and that's when she covered Ian Watkins.
Yeah. The Queen.
Yeah.
The Queen of True Crime.
But he's disgusting anyway.
He is. I mean, he's absolutely foul. I mean it. In a way, I don't condone it. I don't condone it at all. But in a way, I can sort of understand how a pedophile can fancy a child. Because some children, through no fault of their own, are dressed what I would consider inappropriately for a child. And I'm not talking about when they wear their little sunsuits and their little bikinis because she done that. I'm talking about, I saw a child who was about 3 wearing a t-shirt saying future footballer's wife.
I used to wear high heels when I went dancing. And I was 9.
Yeah, but that was because you were competitive.
Yeah, competing.
You were competing, you did competitive dance.
I did. And I usually won.
But like I say, I can kind of see the point of view. I can kind of see it. Don't agree with it, but I can kind of see it. But a 10-month-old baby. How? I mean, I don't understand that.
I want to know something though. Can someone explain to me why is it in films they always kill the animal? Why?
They don't always.
They bloody do.
They don't. Oh, what's his name? Jordan Peele. 9 times out of 10, they walk out with a dog.
Oh yeah, but that's Jordan Peele, isn't it? He's a bit weird. He likes animals, obviously. But like, okay, so there's this film. There's a trilogy called X, Pearl, and there's another one. I don't know what it is. And it's got this woman that Mia Goth. I don't like her. I do not like her. I don't like her. She's not a very good actress. I don't like her. But she's in these like 3 films. And she kills a duck. A duck.
I am here. I'm just in so much pain.
Ducks
on that owl.
Innocent. Like, more innocent than cats. Ducks don't do anything to anyone. So, why?
I like ducks.
I like ducks. Ducks like me too.
Yeah, I know.
So why kill a duck? Ducks, they're harmless. They're not nasty. Their eggs taste nice. So do they, but, you know.
Do you know what? I've been talking about Matt and I haven't said what your channel's called.
Oh yes, it's Finders Beefers.
Finders Beefers History Seekers.
Or Beef for Beef.
Beef for Beef is the other channel, and then they've got Beepers Bounce Back. And Beaver Bear. And
That's it then.
Beaver Bits.
Yeah.
So, but they, to be honest, there hasn't been a lot uploaded on the other channels, but Beeper, Finders Beepers, there's been a lot on. And Beef for Beef, they usually have a light and a camera on Bear the dog. So, that's his perspective.
Right. Now, if you watch Jake Webber's videos, you can watch his crime video, or not crime, unboxing. He does go into some crime as well on that. He tells you what they've done and things, like, because he gets their, was it murderabilia, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, it's murderabilia, which basically is it's serial killers' items more than anything else.
So he gets like murderabilia, and them videos are ones that you might be interested in. If you might not like his scene, I do. He's a punk, so his music is punk, and if you don't like punk, you ain't gonna like his music.
It's not hardcore. It's not old school punk.
Oh, there is one song that's like old school punk.
Yeah, but on the whole.
Oh, but there is that one song or so, maybe two, that's kind of like heavier. Johnny Gilbert is mainly acoustic. He has got a band called Till Death Do Us Part, and they are heavier. But if you listen to Johnny Gilbert, it's mainly going to be acoustic. Jordan. Oh,
Jordan does a bit of everything, doesn't he?
Yes. He's an emo, but he's not.
No, they say they're emos, but there must be some kind
Right.
of American
Yeah,
emo
there's
thing.
something really weird going on here because, right, so Jordan says he's an emo, Robbie says he's an emo, and Johnny says he's an emo. Johnny is not an emo, he is goth, he looks like an 80s goth. He likes The Cure. That's not emo, that's goth. Then you've got Robbie, who's got blue and pink hair. He looks like a boarder. And Jordan also looks like a boarder. So they don't look like emos at all. I've seen emos. I have been to concerts with emos. I don't know. I think that American emos and English emos are two different things. They must be.
Well, I know the English and American goths were different.
Yeah.
Because the goths always looked a bit... They always looked like they were dressed up. I mean, yeah, okay, goth, you are dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
But they look like they've been through the dressing up box. You know, it was so obviously contrived. I mean, we all were, but it came more naturally to us, I suppose.
Yeah.
But they always look like they've been through mummy's dressing up box.
But, you know, so you've got different genres of people, and they all look like they're boarders and goths. There is no emo. I've seen emos. They're not.
It's the swoop, isn't it?
Yeah. But that was the guys did that in the 80s. The male goths did that in the 80s.
Oh, come on, look at Finoki. He was extreme.
Yeah. So
That was an extreme swoop.
I think that the emos took that and ran with it because yes, the English emos do have it. They look like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, but I've noticed one thing. One thing. You look at an emo from the back, you can't tell the males from the females.
No, but there is something though, right? So now emos over here, they just have their little eyes. Yeah. In America, the emos backcomb their hair. It looks more extreme. They look like goths. Maybe that's what it is.
If you
I don't
look
know.
at Johnny Gilbert in silhouette, it looks like Robert Smith. Years ago. Not now. No, not now. Because Robert Smith's going a bit thin on top.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. All those years of backcombing, dying, you know.
He's
But,
even got a tattoo of Robert Smith on his arm.
yeah, so... But if you look at a silhouette of Johnny Gilbert and look at a silhouette of Robert Smith about 20, 30 years ago, that hurts. 30 years ago. It's very hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, and on one of his albums... I bit my tongue. on one of his... on one of his album covers, it's him in silhouette.
Do you know, it really hurts for me to say that the 80s was 30 years ago.
I can't speak. Oh, I just had a meltdown on camera. That was great.
How long ago was the 90s? 20 years?
It was long enough. Long enough.
And the 80s was like 30 years ago, and I'm like...
No. Right, because if you think about it, right? Okay, so the 90s was 30 years ago. The 80s was 40 years ago. Because,
No.
yes, because 2000 was 20 years ago. Yeah, that's how it works, yep.
It hurts, don't.
So, 1980 was 40 years ago. 1990 was 30 years
really
ago.
painful for me.
2000 was 20 years ago. 2010 was 10 years ago.
The 80s was my heyday. The 80s was when I was stomping around.
Ooh,
Clubbing and stuff.
that's what I've been watching. Documentaries on 9/11. That's what I've been watching.
Yeah, because that really interests you.
Yes, that's really
I
interesting.
mean, I think it's the most major historical event that you were witness to via a TV screen.
Yeah.
So.
I was at school that day.
Yeah, you didn't go back, did you?
No. I kept doing that.
Strangely, my mother wasn't in Southend. She was actually staying with my sister in Shrewsbury. And I went up to see my sister because my mum was there. And I saw it on TV and I was like, nah, what film's this? And I actually believed it was a film trailer. And my mum said, no, I think it's real. And I went, no. What? No. Look, there's people jumping out. No. And I mean, I caught it. I turned up just as the plane hit the second tower. So,
Yeah, because it was like, okay, so it was a major event, and the only way you heard about it in England was on the news. Like, okay,
well, yeah, the news is full of it.
everyone was flapping about in America about it. You would have thought someone would have said something at school. No, didn't know nothing about it. No one was talking about it. Which is really strange, considering it was such a big thing in America. And I know it was in America and we're in England, but you would have thought someone would say something.
When you consider
Nothing.
that America is vast, and most Americans, you know, most families have got someone who's in America or something.
We don't.
Well, we don't.
No, we don't.
You know, but most people have, or they know someone in America, or you know,
I know people in America.
there's some connection.
Just don't have any family
But
out
to
there.
not mention it, I mean, some schools were actually putting the telly on
Yeah.
because history was being made.
But in our
A
school,
terrible history, but
no one said anything. And I went, like, home for lunch. I wasn't intending on going back to school that day anyway, to be honest. I just kept doing that. I was, like, right little terror. I kept skipping school and... yeah. Anyway, so I wasn't intending to go back to school, and I sat down, and Mum said, "What's this?" I went, "Alright." And I saw it showed you the replay of the first plane hitting the first tower. And I was like, Jesus. And then it showed you the replay of the second plane hitting the tower. What's going on? And I'm like, that's New York now. And then we saw them fall. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, it was horrific seeing it on telly.
well, it was probably more horrific for the New Yorkers who were actually there.
Oh, for sure. But seeing it on telly was quite horrific. And I was just like, in shock. And I was just mouth open, couldn't talk. And I was just like, oh my God. And so this is real. And my mum went, yeah, it's happening now. And when we saw the towers, well, the first one go, it was, I'd never seen anything like that
I
before.
was actually crying.
Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that before. It was like, wow. And I was just like, Jesus, you know, like that amount of people. I don't like people, don't get me wrong, but that amount of people to be jumping out of buildings and stuff trying to save themselves. And that dog was a hero.
I don't know about the dog.
Right, so there was this dog, right? And he's a guide dog. Don't know what his name was, but he's a guide dog. And he went out, he left the guy, he went downstairs, found a way out, went back up the stairs, got the guy, and came out with him. And the guy survived because of the dog. If it weren't for that dog, he wouldn't have
Yeah,
survived.
and I mean, the bloke was blind anyway, so
Yeah.
I can imagine being in that panic and not being able to see where you're going. But that dog was amazing. And a lot of people don't know this, but Steve Buscemi, the actor,
Oh, Steve Buscemi is a hero. He's a legend.
what would people know him from?
Most of the Adam Sandler films.
Most of Adam Sandler films, he's a funny little skinny guy with wonky teeth. He's also in Con Air.
Yep.
He's the paedophile in Con Air.
And I think he was in, was he on Armageddon as well?
Yeah, he was in Armageddon as well. he was actually a New York City firefighter before he was an actor.
Yeah.
And when 9/11 happened, he didn't want any publicity or anything. He went back and he was actually working as a firefighter. And
He was putting people out.
It wasn't until one of the survivors actually snapped a picture of him standing by the fire engine that you actually realised
Who he was.
who he was. And it was Steve Buscemi, and they said, "Why didn't you want any publicity?" And he goes, "Because it's my job."
Yeah.
Which I thought was...
But there was
amazing.
construction workers in there and everything, like trying to help
Yeah.
people out. It was because I was watching a documentary of it, and these construction workers, they stopped working because obviously all hell had broken loose basically, and they stopped working and they shut their machines down and everything, and they actually went over because this is after the first tower fell, and they were going through the rubble to see if they could find anybody. But obviously, when the tower fell, that was it.
There was
no sign of life in there.
And he was on his way to work. And he wondered if he could help people. And I mean, he turned the camera on himself for a second and he looked like a clown. There was blood on his face that had mixed with all this dust. He looked like he had on clown paint. And he was trying to help people, and then the tower started to fall. And he hid behind a car. And he's going, "Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die." And then he was just trying to help people out.
But I was hearing the accounts that people have said about it, and they said it was like, 1 minute it was like daytime, and the next minute it was just pitch black. Like, darker than nighttime. Like, there was, you couldn't see anything. Just like a cloud of darkness. And that was when the first tower fell. And then they got a little bit of clearance, and then the second one fell. So, and it was like darkness all over again. And it's just like, wow. And people went through that, and they experienced that.
And I mean, I have got an interest in it, you know, because it was history. And on the year anniversary of it, me and Mark were in town. And it was when they had a clock in the centre. And they done a 1 minute silence. But for some unknown reason, as soon as that clock went and the silence started, nobody was moving.
They don't.
And I had Mark dragging me along, going, "Come on." But nobody moved apart from me being Jake.
I always do a 2 minute silence on 9/11. Always. Don't know.
Yeah, and
At 11 o'clock, 2 minute silence.
and the 11th of the 11th of the 11th at 11 o'clock.
2 minutes silence. There's 2 times a year that I stick to that I am silent for 2 minutes, because out of respect for the people that died. And I don't know how many animals died during 9/11 either, because the towers fell.
Well, I don't think there would have been that many, to be honest.
Some, like any animals that died. Yeah, so. And also the people, I don't like people, but you know, there was a lot of people. There's 3,000 people that were in the building at the time. And there was a few people that were running late, and they said thank God that they were late, because if not, you know, they would have ended up in that. There was this guy, and he was like on the phone, and he was going towards the building, and he went, "Oh, I'll be there in like 5 minutes, I'll be there in 5 minutes." As he got to the building, it fell. So, because, like I said, it wasn't covered enough on the news. I didn't know nothing about it.
There was full coverage.
Yeah, but if you went outside, you wouldn't know about it, because no one was talking about it, unless you was like there. But he got literally to the door of, I think it was, no, it must have got hit. It was the second building and it got hit, and he was there as it got hit. And no, I couldn't. Like,
It was the most horrific incident in peacetime.
yeah, it was in 2001, like a long time ago, but it was bad.
Yeah, well, that's the only major historic event that's been, you know, that kind of disaster on that scale
Yeah,
you've ever seen.
yeah.
I mean, okay, we've had smaller scale ones like the King's Cross Fire, but you weren't even born when that happened.
Coronavirus.
Oh God, don't even go there with coronavirus. I think a lot of that was scaremongering. I mean,
I had it twice.
People died. I know people died. I know it was a terrible thing. But it wasn't as bad as
I had it twice. I'm still alive.
I mean,
She had it twice. She's still alive.
When they said about they were going to use Hyde Park as a mortuary,
Yeah.
and you know,
Where would they put Winter Wonderland?
I was like, Jesus, it's gonna be this is like really
The plague.
serious.
Yeah, she thought it was like plague territory.
Yeah, and then it was like, and they're saying there's so many people died of it, but they're a very small percentage of the population.
Yeah.
If we're being perfectly honest. And
Terrible thing, but
another thing on a practical note, and people are going to slate me for this, I know. But, housing crisis. I am not naive enough to believe that everyone who died of coronavirus lived alone. But you don't hear about people getting housed in the places where people died of coronavirus.
no.
So that should have knocked the numbers down a little bit.
Yeah, but our housing crisis here is so bad that
It's just, no.
England and America have got the worst housing crisis.
I mean, we started this channel during the coronavirus. We started it during the pandemic. And we started it because we wanted people to, well, be informed, basically.
Mm.
And just...
Got little bits of rubbish on this sofa.
Yeah.
It's stuck to me in hair.
Basically to stay in touch and sort of like know that, you know, not everyone won't go for it on your own, because we were going for it as well.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we done it as a, come and have a cup of tea round the table with us and have a chat.
We stuck to that.
And that is what we've always tried to adhere to. And
Tea? Table?
I've drunk one. And that's what we've always tried to adhere to. And, you know, we try to keep you up to date. We've done travel news. We were giving out...
I'm okay now. You got me too late.
We were giving out emergency numbers for domestic abuse during
And then the suicide prevention
pandemic.
line as well.
Yeah, and we've tried to cover...
Samaritans, that sort of thing.
We've tried to cover what we can.
Yep.
And, you know, this is why we started in the first place. And we love you, little fishies. And if we could get some more little fishies, we'd be very grateful.
Yeah.
You know, so invite your friends, invite your foes, invite your relatives.
We don't swear, apart from that one video.
Well, we do sometimes. We
And
slip up, but...
I apologise about that, but she told me to post it, and I was annoyed that day. I've just been... Okay, so we didn't get in until like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. We had an early-ish flight. I had to go and pack everything, and I did have a little bit of a sleep. I went and got a coffee from our kioski, and I had like some food I microwaved, and took it into the bedroom and ate it, and had my coffee. Listened to my scary stories before I went to sleep. Went to sleep for about 2 hours, woke up, did the packing, made the bed, and then he was standing there being a goon. And I went, can you do the washing up? We do the washing up. Do the washing up. Just do the washing up. So he did the washing up, and then he was like, where does this go? Where does that go? And he knew I was doing a video as well. He just, yeah, that's why I swore. Because he was winding me up. He does it, doesn't he? He winds you up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Winds you up. So that was why I swore, and I apologise, but, you know, that was the apartment that we stayed in. It was nice. It was expensive, but it was nice. And that was the video. And the reason I posted it was because she told me to.
Yeah, well, I thought people might like to know
Little private video for you that you made me
Mark
post.
does actually wash up.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. This is not... But he does actually wash up. But he doesn't.
He doesn't do it at home.
No. I don't think he's ever done it here.
No, but he did it because I moaned at him.
Yeah, so...
I was annoyed. I did everything. I did the packing. I made the bed. I took his bedding because he was sleeping on the sofa. I was sleeping in the bed. Took his bedding into the bedroom. Sorted it all out. And yeah, so that's why I was annoyed, because I'd done everything and he had done nothing. He hadn't even, his pants and socks are on the floor in the bathroom. You saw that. Didn't even clean them up. I had to do it. I don't want to touch his pants. I don't know where they've been.
No, it's where they've been. That's why you don't want to touch them.
Yeah. So you know that, but I don't like touching things.
Well, the thing is, I suffer from side loss, but I'm beginning to believe that Mark does.
Why?
I've got no pants. I've got no socks. We went upstairs into my room yesterday because that's where his stuff's stored. And we went up there yesterday because we had to fill up the body bags. So I went through the clothes that were on the side. I found at least half a dozen pairs of pants. And about more than half a dozen pairs of socks. I've got no pants. I've got no socks. And when I pointed this out to him, he goes, yeah, because I've been buying new pants.
Anyway, guys, I think it's time to end this.
Yes, so please like, comment, subscribe. You know, it would be nice because we'd like to get some more subscribers.
I noticed if you watch the New Year one, I'm getting drunk and you see the deterioration of me. And it's funny. It's funny. It is. And then you see us having our feast as well.
Anyway.
So,
like, comment, subscribe. Please, we would like some more subscribers. We
need more
We always
subscribers.
welcome your comments.
And again, I'll give it to you again. My Instagram is CanKitten, or I can't remember whether it's Saunders Kaylee or Kaylee Saunders. It's one of them. Hang on, and my Facebook is Kaylee K Saunders.
And if you would like us to do a live on Instagram or Facebook, please comment and let us know. Because last time we done a live, Leanne was doing Diamond Art, and she had to stop because she was laughing so much and made her cry.
We were doing a puppet show.
So, please, if you want any of this stuff, let us know.
Because the thing, we don't know what to do, so we'll just do random things. And Michelle said do a puppet show, so we went, alright.
Yeah, so, and you was taking calls in the middle of it and everything else. So, I mean,
one call in the middle of it.
Yes, please, let us know.
Yeah, and, yeah, so, if you want us to do that, we'll do it. Mum, do your spiel.
And all I'm going to say is be kind and considerate. This has been Tales from the Toilet Bowl. My daughter has gone all insane. I'm not saying toilet bowl.
My jaw hurts.
That's because you're not saying toilet bowl.
No, it's not.
But this has been Tales from the Toilet Bowl. You've been our little fishes. You are great. So please comment, like and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.